Thanks for joining us on Plus TV Africa. I'm Lakbe Banjo. Governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom, has dumped the All Progressive Congress. The governor made this known on Monday at the Government House in Makurdi while swearing in his special advisor on local government and chieftaincy affairs, Jerome Toshimbe, explaining that the reasons behind his action. The governor said he has been sent out of the APC and is currently exploring a new option to actualize his future ambition. The governor has not announced that the party he will be joining, saying that only he is consulting with relevant stakeholders and will soon announce his next move. In a related development, the special advisor to Speaker House of Representatives, Honourable Yakubu Dogara, on special duties, Usman Bawa, on Monday dumped the APC. Usman Bawa was a former House of Representatives member representing Kaduna North local government at the National Assembly. The ex-lawmaker said his decision has become imperative to enable him to pursue other courses of life. Bawa was appointed by Speaker House of Representative Yakubu Dogara, special advisor on special duties in 2015. He, however, did not mention the new party he'll be joining. Ekiti State's Governor Ayodele Fayose, has rejected and condemned the outcome of the governorship election held in the state over the weekend. In a series of tweets on Monday, he accused President Muhammadu Buhari of using the security operatives to win the poll. In one of his tweets, and I quote, "On this Ekiti election, President Buhari demonstrated truly that he is not a Democrat, but a dictator and fascist par excellence." He alleged further, it is only Buhari that will pride himself with the security shooting sporadically at polling centres, scaring people to pave the way for the APC thugs to snatch ballot boxes. The governor, who insisted that his party was cheated in the election, claimed there was no jubilation in Ekiti after Fayose was declared the winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission. He further described the victory of the APC as Pyrrhic, insisting that his party would not be silenced but would work tirelessly until they got the justice they deserved. The Ekiti State Governor-elect, Dr. Kayode Fayose, on Sunday literally locked down parts of Ado-Ekiti in a victory dance procession that lasted 4 hours. The former minister arrived in the state capital at about 3 p.m. from his Ishan Ekiti country home and accompanied by several vehicles volunteered by political associates and friends. Addressing the crowd, Fayose expressed gratitude to Ekiti people for voting massively for him on Saturday.
The people of Ekiti State, I'm proud of them. They have been wonderful people. You cannot buy their conscience. Whatever you think you can do to suppress them, it will not last. They will come out openly to show the true character they are. And that is what they have exhibited in bringing back John Kayode Fayose. He did very well during his first time. We expect him to continue with that good work. It is the continuity of good work we want in this state.
Kayode Fayose is not a stranger in Ekiti. He knows what we want. He knows his problem, which he has been doing for before. So, and I believe that he will perform better.
He said already that when he gets the mandate and he will employ youth, he give them good work, and he will make everything, even the marketers, he will give them the support and the what it needs to be more sure of themselves. He's a good leader. He's my mentor. He's a man of respect and a man of integrity.
National leader of the All Progressive Congress, Senator Bola Tinubu, on Sunday said the election of Dr. Kayode Fayose in Saturday's gubernatorial poll was a victory for the people. Tinubu made the declaration in a congratulatory message to Fayose and the APC candidate in Saturday's governorship election in Ekiti State. In a statement signed by his media officer Tunde Rahman, entitled Ekiti Election, a Victory for the People, Tinubu urged Fayose to avoid recriminations and run an all-inclusive government. He commended the People's Democratic Party candidate, Professor Olushola Kolapo Eleka, for not resorting to violence to get his way. Presidential aspirant of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has promised to stop the marginalization of Igbos if he wins the presidential election in 2019. Former Vice President also said he will look into agitations by some parts of the country, including the indigenous people of Biafra, if he emerges president. Atiku said this in Umuahia, Abia State, when he visited the state to solicit the support of his party members ahead of their primary election to pick the flag bearer. President Buhari has commended Nigerian professionals in the Netherlands for representing the country well and for always being in touch with their motherland. He said this today when he met with members of Nigerians in diaspora organization, the Netherlands chapter. President Buhari met with the group on the sidelines of his official visit to The Hague, said he was quite pleased with their intellectual and professional achievements. Speaking on behalf of the delegation, the NIDO chairman, Julius Nwakwa, praised the president for the war against corruption, saying, "You have earned respect around the world." He also commended Nigeria's improvement in infrastructural development and thanked President Buhari for signing into law the Diaspora Commission Bill, which he hoped will become effective as soon as possible. The federal government says the Presidential Executive Order No. 6 of 2018 will have immediate effect on 155 high-profile corruption cases involving over 595 billion naira. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, disclosed this at a media briefing in Lagos to drum support for the order signed by President Buhari on July the 5th. Mohammed, who described the order as the administration's most potent weapon against corruption to date, noted that expectedly there had been pockets of opposition. The minister reiterated that the order is not unconstitutional, dictatorial and ultra-vires as claimed by the opposition. Mohammed said Buhari was not the first democratically elected president to issue executive order, adding that former President Shehu Shagari and Olusegun Obasanjo issued such orders. He explained that the order aimed to, amongst others, restrict dealings in suspicions of assets subject to investigation or inquiring bordering on corruption. The Nigerian Army said on Monday that about 22 Boko Haram members were killed during an attack on troops by the insurgents in Bama, Borno State. The army said this was contrary to reports in the media that some soldiers were missing after attacks on them by the Boko Haram terrorists. The spokesperson for the army, Brigadier General Texas Chukwu, in a statement urged the public to disregard the report in the media regarding the missing soldiers. He maintained that only an officer and a soldier were injured during the encounter. Former US President Barack Obama, who is currently in Kenya, has urged the country's leaders to shun divisive ethnic politics that have frequently spilled over into violence and to stamp down on corruption. Obama, who spoke during the opening of a school in his father's home village of Kogelo in western Kenya, praised a rapprochement between President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga. He, however, said that they must do more to heal the rifts between Kenya's 40-odd ethnic groups. Over 1,000 people were killed in the recent outbreak of ethnic conflict following disputed elections, Odinga and Kenyatta, in 2007. 8 migrants, including 6 children, were found dead on Monday after suffocating from petrol fumes while packed into a lorry container on the West Libyan coast. According to a statement by the Security Directorate in the town of Zuwara, another 90 migrants recovered from the container are in critical condition at local hospitals. The migrants, according to the statement, were shut inside a refrigerated container designed for transporting meat or fish. Zuwara is one of the points along Libya's western coastline where smugglers and traffickers hold migrants before putting them on boats to try to cross to Europe. Gunmen shot dead 14 civilians in an attack on a village in northeastern Mali, a local official reported, amidst a spate of killings by rival ethnic groups and jihadist militants that threatened to derail a presidential election later this month. Nanu Kotia, the mayor of the regional hub of Menaka, said the attack had occurred on Sunday in a remote village 55 kilometers away near the border with Niger. The assailants came and opened fire on people. According to our information, there were 14 people killed, all civilians, and 1 truck and 3 other vehicles were burned. He told Reuters by telephone that the mayor did not say who he believed was responsible for the attack. 7 out of the 12 Nigerian students detained on allegations of cybercrime have been released in the Benin Republic, according to a statement from the government official. The senior special assistant to the president on foreign affairs and diaspora, Abike Dabiri-Erewa, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday. Dabiri-Erewa said that the Nigerian ambassador in Benin Republic, Ambassador Kayode Oguntuashe, made the release known in a brief statement sent to her. She said a petition written by Joke Kunjaya from Katsina State, UNICEF, had alleged that over 50 Nigerian students were arrested in the Benin Republic. She explained that only 12 were arrested by the police without the knowledge of the embassy in Benin Republic. She said that the consular officer in that country, after the series of negotiations and entreaties, was able to secure the release of 7 students from the police. Eritrea reopened its embassy on Monday following the 3-day visit of Eritrean leader Isaias Afwerki to Ethiopia. Further evidence of the reconciliation of both countries, Ethiopia's PM Abiy Ahmed and Eritrea's President Isaias Afwerki reopened the embassy. The two leaders jointly raising the Eritrean flag inside a newly refurbished embassy as a military band played Eritrea's anthem. The reopening of the embassy was described by Eritrea's Information Minister, Yemane Meskel, as yet another milestone in the robust and special ties of peace and friendship both countries are cultivating with earnestness in these momentous times. And when we return, we'll bring you the latest updates on the landmark meeting between President Trump and President Putin and more. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. On the foreign scene, US President Donald Trump says his face-to-face meeting in Helsinki with Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin was a good start. After 2 hours of closed-door talks, the two leaders went into a working lunch with their senior advisors. Speaking earlier, Mr. Putin said it was time to discuss difficult multinational issues. Relations between Russia and the West were severely strained by Moscow's annexation of the Crimea in 2014. Russia is also accused of meddling in the 2016 US election, a claim it strongly denies. The Indian police on Monday said 44 people were injured after a tent collapsed while India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi was addressing a rally in eastern India. The Midnapore district of West Bengal state has seen heavy monsoon rains in recent days, and it was drizzling when the canopy collapsed. Reports said that the situation had turned so chaotic that when the structure started collapsing, Modi interrupted his speech to urge people to move to a safer area. The Indian leader later visited the injured at the hospital. We'll take the business reports shortly after this break. According to the New York Times, David Solomon, the next chief executive officer at Goldman Sachs, is expected to be named its president this week. The exact date of pronouncement is unspecified, but will formally establish Solomon, who is currently the chief operating officer at Goldman, and as the successor to Lloyd Blankfein. Blankfein is one of the world's longest-serving CEOs on Wall Street and will maintain the position for an interim period, as said by the NYT. Earlier in the year, Blankfein said he expected Solomon to succeed him when he leaves. Still ahead on Plus TV News is our roundup on sports and entertainment news. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. And on the activities of all today's tradings and deals from the Nigerian Stock Exchange, our business correspondent Irene Ubani brings us the updates.
Since the commencement of the second half of the year, the Nigerian stock market has lost 320 billion naira in the first 2 weeks in July. As of last week, Friday, market capitalization stood at 13.546 trillion naira from 13.866 trillion naira. The bearish market has persisted as the market closed on a downward trend today. All-share index dropped by 0.34% to close at 37,266.86. On the list of top gainers were Flour Mills, which gained 9 kobo, UACN 7 kobo, NACO 37 kobo, ETI 35 kobo, and Transcorp 0.04 kobo. Top decliners were CAP, which lost 2 naira 5 kobo, PZ 1 naira 9 kobo, Forte Oil 1 naira 9 kobo, UPDC REIT 1 naira, and Custodian 61 kobo. Top trades were Medview Air, First Bank Nigeria Holdings, Transcorp, Multiverse, and Zenith Bank. Equity capitalization was 13.499 trillion naira, and total deals were 3,317.
Thanks, Irene. And here is our entertainment and sports news up next.
In entertainment, the female cast of Lara and the Beat, a movie which has been making headlines. Shafi Bello, Chioma Akpota, Sheyi Shea, and a host of others have made it onto the front cover of This Day Style magazine, the newest edition. The movie was directed by American returnee Tosin Koka and produced by Tolu Olushoga. The movie stars the likes of rapper Vector Ogunmefun, Chinedu Ikediaze, Uche Jumbo, Bimbo Manuel, Saidu Balogun, DJ Exclusive, David Jones David, amongst others. Lara and the Beat is an age movie about young and beautiful Giwa sisters, Dara and Lara, who were caught in the center of a financial scandal with their late parents' media empire. Former pop singer turned pastor Chris Okotie, who is also a televangelist with Household of God Church International Ministries, a Pentecostal congregation in Lagos, has officially declared his intention to run for the 2019 presidential election. According to a report, he spoke during a church service days ago, saying that he feels Nigeria needs liberation and the country is a crying nation. He went on further to state that the country doesn't need APC or PDP. He concluded with, "This is the beginning of the complete turnaround for our nation." American rapper Cardi B has taken to her Instagram page to thank fans who have been streaming her album and ensuring it stayed at the top of the Billboard 200 album chart 14 weeks after it was released. She said on her post, "I just want to tell you guys thanks for supporting my album, Invasion of Privacy, while I'm experiencing this new beautiful journey. Thank you so much for your support. I hope my music makes your day great." And that's it on entertainment. The very best in sports right after this.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Plus TV Africa. I am Udoka Njoko. Well, Nigeria's national under-20 team, the Flying Eagles, are close to booking a spot in next year's Africa Cup of Nations at the tournament in Niger Republic after they played a 1-0 draw with host Mauritania in the first leg of the final round of qualifiers. And Mauritania have been tagged the giant killers in the qualifiers. They eliminated Morocco and Guinea in the previous rounds, while Nigeria defeated Seychelles 3-2 on aggregate in the last round. And Ahmed Musa's second goal for the Super Eagles in their 2-0 win over Iceland at the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia has been nominated to viewers for the best goal of the tournament. And Ahmed Musa bagged the brace in the encounter to hand Nigeria's Super Eagles their only win at the tournament. The Leicester City forward strike will contend with 17 other goals scored at the tournament in a poll conducted by FIFA. Other goals nominated for the Goal of the Tournament award include Cristiano Ronaldo's goal. There's also Nacho, Felipe Coutinho, and a couple of other players. Do log on to our website to get the full list of nominated players that scored amazing goals in the tournament. And voting will continue on the official website of FIFA until Monday, the 23rd of July, according to the World Football Governing Body. And in boxing, Anthony Joshua will defend his world heavyweight titles against Russian Alexander Povetskin at Wembley Stadium on the 22nd of September. And the 28-year-old unified the WBA, IBF, and WBO world heavyweight titles with a unanimous point win over New Zealander Joseph Parker in Cardiff in March. Unbeaten in 21 professional bouts, he now faces 38-year-old Povetskin, the WBA champion from 2011 to 2013. And it will be a meeting of two former Olympic champions, Povetskin taking super heavyweight gold at the 2004 Athens Games, and Joshua the same title at London 2012. He is the mandatory challenger to Joshua's WBA title. Fighting him means the Briton is likely to have greater freedom in selecting his next opponent. No heavyweight has ever held all 4 recognized world titles. And in tennis, Serena Williams has returned to the world's top 30 after reaching the Wimbledon final. And the American has risen 153 places to 28th position, despite losing to Angelique Kerber in only her 4th tournament since giving birth 10 months ago. And Britain's Johanna Konta has dropped to 50th in the WTA rankings. And British men's number 1, Kyle Edmund, is up to a career high of 16th position, despite losing to eventual champion Novak Djokovic in the 3rd round at Wimbledon. And that's it on Sport Update on Plus TV Africa. I am Udoka Njoku.
Thanks, Udoka. That's our news roundup of events. We'll be back later with more stories making the headlines. Do join us. I'm Lakbe Banjo. Do have yourself a great day.